The truth about Emma Raducanu is far more powerful than any swimsuit photo you see online. So before you search for any images or click on any startling thumbnail, take a moment to watch this entire film. Bold headlines claiming that her images will make you drool are popular, but they obscure the true story of a young woman who stunned the tennis world, carried a lot of strain, and then had to deal with fame, criticism, and incessant cameras. You'll see why our online perception of her speaks more about us than it does about her if you stick with me until the very end. Emma accomplished something that most people can only imagine. In what seemed like an instant, she went from being almost unknown to a world champion. Her face was all over the place one day, and the next she was just another player. Everyone was discussing her on social media, in magazines, and on news programs. Initially, attention was drawn to her skill, her composure on the court, and her promising future. However, the focus quickly shifted. People started discussing her appearance, her attire, and even her vacation pictures rather than merely her serve or her movement. A champion was gradually transformed into content. Imagine how weird that must feel. You dedicate your entire life to your sport, using your body as a performance instrument and your intellect as a weapon during games. Then all of a sudden, photos of you strolling along a street or lounging on a beach take center stage. You are judged, rated, and gossiped about by strangers who treat you like a phone photo. The headlines mention things like micro bikini and you will drool, as if your appearance in the sun is all that matters. However, there is a real person with genuine pressure behind those pictures. Expectations, training, injuries, and the pressure of an entire nation observing every move. When you see Emma grinning in a picture, you can't see the hours she spends working out, the hurt she feels when she loses games, or the anxiety she feels when she has to cope with people who think they know her better than she does. This is the reason this story is important. It serves as a reminder that a single click might cause us to lose sight of the complete person we are viewing. If you're still watching, consider this. Why do so many people watch these look at her photos, videos? The reason for this is that we are conditioned to respond quickly to anything that appears daring or shocking. Without giving it any thought, we tap a thumbnail that seems bold. However, each time we do that, we endorse a system that treats actual people like inanimate objects. Instead of honoring sports, actors, and singers for their profession and personal lives, it treats them like ornaments. Now consider an alternative option. Imagine seeing Emma as a teenage champion who had a crazy ride of sudden stardom rather than just a body at the beach. At a time when most people are still figuring out who they are, this girl managed significant victories, difficult defeats, injuries, and media attention. Imagine thinking, she earned her peace, when you see a photo of her wearing a dress or casual attire. Rather than just responding to the amount of skin you see, she deserves to unwind. If you watch this video through to the conclusion, you're not simply looking for cheap thrills. You want to comprehend, think, and see the big picture. You already stand out from a lot of viewers because of that. The important thing to remember is that you have power. The type of content that wins is up to you. The internet will provide you with additional videos that treat Emma Raducanu like a body if you merely click on those. However, the system gradually begins to shift if you select movies that honor her journey, her efforts, and her story. Remember what you heard here the next time you come across a title that claims her photos will make you drool. Keep in mind that the headline has a person behind it. Recall the hours spent on the court, the stress, and the bravery required to perform in front of an audience. Next, be more selective about what you click. If this video gave you a more profound and honest understanding of Emma Raducanu, do one thing right now. Watch it through to the very end. Like it, share it with someone who only knows her from the news, and subscribe so you can join me for more genuine behind-the-scenes looks at the faces everyone is talking about.